Hi and welcome. I'm Lisa. Thanks for joining me here on my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a sneak peek project. Now this is something new for me because I'm so used to sharing the products with everyone, but not today. We're going to jump straight into the project. So I'm starting with a 5 by 5 inch piece of 80-pound smooth cardstock, and I'm using the inner circle of a stencil to mask off the center of that cardstock. Now you can use pixie spray or repositionable removable adhesive to hold this in place. I just used a few dots of repositionable adhesive. I'm going to come in and use an aqua dye ink along with a Trinity blender brush to lay down a little bit of ink. Now I'm going to actually start on the stencil and then work my way off, and I'm going to use a heavy pressure on the edge of the stencil and then lighten that pressure as I move towards the edges of the paper. So now comes my favorite part, removing the stencil. It's like magic. So pretty. So now I need to mask off the area that we just inked up so I can do some stamping in that area. I'm going to randomly stamp a Happy Valentine's sentiment using that same aqua dye ink. And I'm going to try my hardest not to overthink this part. Wherever my hand lands, that's what I'm going to go with. And after I lay down a few of those Happy Valentine's sentiments, I'm going to go ahead and see where I'm at with this. I lay my die down and I'm good with the way it's coming along. So I'm actually going to go ahead and run this through my die cut machine. First, I'm using the grid lines on the stencil to help me center that heart. Now that we have the heart cut out, I'm going to remove the die and finish stamping that inner area. I'm going to go ahead and mask it off again, and then I'm going to continue filling it in with the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment and an XO sentiment, and I'm using black and gray ink for that XO, and there's our finished panel. So I went ahead and flipped the panel over, and I'm going to lay down some adhesive around that heart so I can cover it with a piece of acetate. That's the window for our shaker. So next I'm going to lay down mounting foam, and I'm essentially building a dam to hold my sequins. So the pieces of foam creating that dam all need to be touching so that our sequins don't leak out. I've also went ahead and cut a piece of white cardstock to 4 7/8 by 4 7/8 of an inch, and I have it sitting there to the right. I'm going to go ahead and add all the goodies to this shaker. So I'm using the boiled sugar jelly hearts, the blueberry mixed jelly hearts, melted icicle sequins, and a few pearls. I'm going to take the time to make sure anything that has a flat back is flipped with the back up. I'm going to remove the paper backing from the foam, and then I'm going to cover that with that white cardstock. And now we have our shaker ready. So to save some time, I went ahead and I ran an XO die through my die cut machine with black and white cardstock. And I'm going to stack these together and then adhere to the center of the card. Now, I'm also going to use some liquid adhesive to adhere that shaker to a 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch, 110-pound card base. And then I'm going to come in with the XOXO and center that up on the front of the card. Once we have the XO centered up, then I'm going to come in and finish this card off with a few of the boiled sugar jelly hearts, and I'm going to use some on-point glue to adhere those. And I believe that brings us to the end of the sneak peek video. So let me know what you think about the sneak peek and what you think about shaker cards in the comments below. I love reading your comments and always encourage you to leave suggestions and or questions. You can find more sneak peeks over on the Trinity blog, Instagram, and the Trinity Facebook group, Imagination, Inspiration, and Conversation. So be sure to join us on January 24th for the Crafty Hugs release blog hop, and we'll be sharing all the new products, lots of inspiration, and there will be prizes for those who hop along. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you'll click the subscribe button or hit the bell to be notified of new content to this channel. As always, know how much I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and until next time, keep crafting.